Saturday morning started early, and it was going to be a big day. We checked out and took the tube to St. Pancras train station. We stored our luggage at St. Pancras train station, grabbed some breakfast, and made it over to Westminster by about 8:30 for our 9 o'clock tour. In the early morning hours, it was easy to take in the sights of the magnificent architecture around us. We couldn't help but notice the massive steel barriers surrounding the area, subtle but very evident measures against any threats to the buildings. Armed security was also very present. We made our way around the side of the building and into the palace yard to the entrance to Westminster Hall. From this point, we got a close-up view of the Elizabeth Tower with Big Ben going under renovations. I had to stop and gape at the amazing details in the structure. They were just simply gorgeous. Once inside, we began our tour in Westminster Hall. We were forbidden from taking any pictures and filming on the tour, which was understandable. We followed the path the Queen herself takes when she comes to Parliament, beginning in the robing room and following the process through the Royal Gallery into the House of Lords. While she is not allowed in the House of Commons, she does have a direct line of sight into that room. The tour ended back at Westminster Hall, where our tour guide David pointed out some more interesting details.
Through that sort of shutter there, you see the original heart of the wall dates back to 1099. It was installed on the orders of William the Conqueror's son. The majestic English oak hammer beam ceiling and the extension upwards takes place in the mid-1390s under Richard II. You are standing on top of the Speaker's chair. The debates about the American War of Independence / Revolutionary War, the debates about the abolition of the slave trade in 1807, slavery worldwide throughout the empire totally in 1833, they all took place here.
Overall, I was pleasantly surprised at the amount of history and information I learned by visiting. I would strongly encourage anyone to get a tour if you're in London. It's extremely enjoyable. After the tour, we went across the street to Westminster Abbey, our next stop. But when we were approaching the entrance, we noticed a long line. And the line kept going. We soon discovered that there was about a 3-hour wait to get inside. So we still managed to take a few photos and pop in the souvenir shop for some goodies. One thing I'll say is, it's a lot bigger and impressive in person. We then made our way to our next stop, our Churchill War Rooms, but once again we were faced with another 2 to 3 hour wait. We made our way towards Trafalgar Square and saw a few of the Queen's lifeguards. I think this horse thought Shane had a treat for him or something. We also managed to see an assembly of a protest. Someone's almost always protesting something somewhere in the world, it seems. We made it to Trafalgar Square, which by this time was packed with tourists. We found a little restaurant called Little Frankie's where I got their version of a calzone and Shane got a hamburger. It was so nice to sit and watch London life pass us by as we ate and realize that after our leisurely lunch, it was getting up late in the afternoon. We didn't want to be late for our train, so we headed back to St. Pancras. We retrieved our luggage and found the departure area for the Eurostar. We waited in the beautiful station for several hours before going through security. It was actually a very smooth process. Once on the train, I couldn't believe how quiet and smooth it was. Just for a moment, ignore the conversations here and just listen to the train.
That is a big question.
In no time at all, we were in Paris!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Paris. The local time is 8:41 p.m. And we should be arriving at the Paris Gare du Nord station, our terminus. Please make sure you take all your luggage with you.
We made it to our apartment, which had a big bedroom, very nice bathroom, and a fully equipped kitchen. Now, since it was a Saturday night, we just had to explore the local neighborhood. We found this tiny restaurant on a side street, so little that the tables were literally on the curb of the street. Shane could technically put his foot in the road. I got the very French creme brulee, and Shane had a banana split. As cars and people passed us by, I soaked in the reality that we'd finally made it to Paris. A new chapter in our adventure was beginning, and it was going to be amazing.